Hello out there. How's everybody doing? We have some quick Star Wars news today. And this Star Wars news comes courtesy of comicbook.com. And it says right here Disney CEO Bob Iger addresses low attendance numbers for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And we're going to quickly get to his comments right here. So here we have him saying, I think a number of things has happened. First of all, helped in part by some of our efforts. There was tremendous concern in the marketplace that there was going to be huge crowding when we opened Galaxy's Edge. So some people stayed away just because they expected that it would not be a great guest experience. And, I can personally attest to that's part of the reason why I wanted to stay away from Galaxy's Edge, because, the crowds that were expected or crowds that were anticipated to be there. I'm not keen on crowds. Like when Christmas comes around every year, I'll go out, but I really want to just quickly get in, quickly get out, because I'm not very keen on crowds. So, that's to be expected, but let's move on. And here he also says, at the same time that was going on, all of the local hotels in the region, expecting a huge influx of visitation, raised their prices. So it simply got more expensive to come stay in Anaheim. In addition to that, we raised our prices. So we brought our daily price up. So if you think about local visitation, we brought the price of a one-day ticket up substantially from a year ago. And right here in this section right here, he further says, and we open up Galaxy's Edge with one attraction instead of two. The second attraction is going to open in January. And so all of those factors contributed to attendance that was below what we would have hoped it would be. That said, guest satisfaction, interest in the attraction and the land is extremely high. It's the most popular thing at the park. And so, long term, we build these things for the long term. We have no concerns whatsoever about them. We're opening Galaxy's Edge in August in Orlando. The second attraction there will open in December. And as I said, the second attraction in Anaheim will open in January. So we feel great about the product we've created. It just takes some time for us to work themselves out in terms of how the marketplace is reacting. And, it's all based on perspective. Some people maybe might say this is because of the way Disney is handling Star Wars. Some people will agree with Bob Iger and say, all that I just presented to you guys right here. I think it's more like, maybe this perspective might give somebody a different, just a different view, something to think about, food for thought. Like when a new game system comes out, like how the PS4 came out some years ago, and Xbox One, or a new video game. Some people will hold off on getting the game day one or the system day one, just based on, with the system, they know there's going to be some bugs that the company will still have to iron out. Or, nowadays you get a system and then, they come out with Xbox One, and then a year later they come out with Xbox One X. S, then X, and then, PS4. You come out with the regular PS4, then a year or two or sometime down the line, you get PS4 Pro. So it's like they come out with so many iterations of their systems and different models. People might want to hold off and consider to get maybe was, quote, figured out or thought to be the better model. As with games, with games, me personally, I won't get a game unless it's like something I really, maybe something like a sports game, because with that, you're really going to just get what, like maybe like a FIFA or a Madden. There's not really that much DLC that goes along with it. But a lot of these games, you're not really getting the full game. You're paying $60, and then throughout the lifespan of that game, you would probably end up spending like maybe about $100 to $120 on average, probably, if you're somebody that really goes for the DLC after the fact you bought the game day one. I wait like a year or two after and you get the definitive version with all the DLC in it and you're good to go. You can get all the bang for your buck right there. You know? So, how that relates to this is that they came out with the park and as he said right here, you can see. And then we opened up Galaxy's Edge with one attraction instead of two. The second attraction is going to open in January. So I guess everybody is adopting this. Let's just put it out there and just add on, after the fact, when they first advertised it, it was advertised with, it's one thing when you don't advertise it because we know theme parks, they add on, even with the old, in Hollywood Studios, the old Star Wars, where you had Star Tours, they switch it up all the time. That's to be expected. But when you're advertising the park with having this ride and having that ride, and then, some people came to see like, oh man, they're not coming out with Rise of Resistance right off the bat. I'll just wait. I'll wait then. You know what I'm saying? When it's more robust, when there's more to offer. On Disney's part, when there's more to offer. So anyways, guys, you know what I'm saying? Actually, hold on. I also had this to talk about, which is something that's concerning because, right here, Disneyland's Star Wars flops. Now employees getting hours cut. And the source is an anonymous employee. And we'll get right to the employee's comments right here. And it says, quote, wait times this summer for the new Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run were expected to be over 2 hours long all summer. But in reality, the lines have been averaging half that or less. An employee who spoke under the condition of anonymity tells Fox Business. As a result, the company has been forced to cut hours. The need for us to work simply isn't there. Our hours have been cut to as low as 30 to 35 hours some weeks, even though we have both worked for the park for years. It makes life challenging when your paychecks get cut unexpectedly, the same source explained. A worker can earn around $15 per hour and blah, blah, blah. It goes on with more numbers and stuff like that. But that's concerning because they were expecting Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which I heard has gotten some mixed reviews. Some people like it, some people don't. As it seems, this whole experience with Disney Star Wars has played out from beginning to end, starting with The Force Awakens. Overall, reviews are mixed. The whole thing with The Last Jedi, some people love it, some people hate it, some people are in the middle and kind of indifferent. I don't know. I respect everybody's view. If you don't like The Last Jedi, you don't like Galaxy's Edge, I respect your view. I listen to those people. Some of the videos on YouTube, I'm not going to mention them. Excuse me. But I watch them. I may not agree with them, but I watch them and I listen. And I'm a type of person that loves constructive criticism. I give constructive criticism. So if I give constructive criticism, why can't I take in constructive criticism? As the old saying goes, if you can give it, you got to be able to take it, So I listen to everybody and I respect everybody's opinion. And, I realize, there's this, there's this seesaw effect going on with Star Wars right now and how Disney is handling it. Hopefully with the Rise of Skywalker, everything comes together. It makes sense. For me, I don't mind it. Some people do. I respect those people. You, if you're watching, if you're one of those people, I respect you. I respect your opinion. I'm not the type of one to be like, oh, you suck. You're not a Star Wars fan. You need to go this way. You need to go that way. Whatever the case may be. I respect everybody's opinion. And Star Wars is art. Movies is art. It's subjective. It's not objective. You know, when you look at a painting, you look at the Mona Lisa, two people could be standing side by side. One person will tell you how it makes them feel. The other person will tell you how it makes them feel. And it's not the same. There may be some similarities, but it's not going to be completely identical. Anyways, guys, I went a little bit longer in this video than I wanted to. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and remember to always keep it
charming to the last.